blurring of parameters between the duties and responsibilities of parenting and the duties and responsibilities of the educator. And that's a real conundrum for educators now. How do we manage that? How do we realign that a conundrum, that it has gone out of all order at this stage? Some teachers would say to you, education seems to be at the bottom of my list. I spend my time doing A, B, C, and D. That formerly the children came in equipped with a certain know-how, but they don't seem to anymore.
I suppose the expectations of the teacher has changed massively, and I suppose what COVID has really shown us is how important schools are. They can be for children who are experiencing dysfunctionality in their home. They can be a refuge, and I think that's what we've seen an awful lot. The research there and the studies that I've been reading. I lecture trainee teachers in DCU, and I suppose from my own point of view, this is what I'm actually carrying out a piece of research. I was awarded a Fulbright scholarship to go to America and carry this out. I'm heading over there this summer, hopefully, COVID permitting, to Seattle. And it's about it's about the teacher, it's about the joint systems of the family and the teacher, and how when they align, it's an incredibly powerful thing. But when they align in a very negative way against the child, it's also a very destructive thing. So I do think
middle ground, finding the middle ground.
I think teacher, I suppose there's a lot more than just the curriculum you teach. And I think if you're going to be a highly effective teacher in the modern classroom, you have to be able to bring yourself into the classroom, and you have to think about the ecologies and the context of the students that you're teaching. Sure. I think the old, archaic way of viewing the teacher as, the progenitor of all knowledge, and the student sits there passively accepting this information, and that's gone. And I think we learn in a collaborative way. And I think when the teacher understands that they're learning too in the process, and this is a reciprocal process, I think really magical stuff can happen in the classroom.
Yeah, we're at a real crossroads where we need to rethink things.
I think we are, Teresa. In my evaluation and my analysis, and I read a lot about it, and I write about it a lot. I'm thinking in an Irish context. I wonder, are we setting our kids up for the world that's out there now? I wonder how we educate them. Is that fit for purpose? And, forcing them to study subjects that they have no interest in. This is what I see a lot, and I work in schools as well, and I see them struggling to learn a subject that they mightn't have any interest in. And then they know they're never going to apply this subject again once they leave school. And I really question, are we setting them up to really be prepared for the world that's out there? I think we need to maybe adopt more of a Scandinavian model, where we look at problems utilizing subjects rather than looking at learning subjects and rote learning and learning it off verbatim, and then just pressing the delete button the minute the exam is over. So I think there might be an overhaul of how I definitely think there's going to be an overhaul of how we assess our students. Yes. I think that's changing massively, but I think there really needs to be a sitting down with experts in this field and thinking, well, this is something that's been going on for hundreds of years. Is this fit for the modern world? Do we need to think about how our students get prepared for the work that they're going to go into? And what I see as well, Teresa, I talk to students about it as well. I don't think we set them up for, something that's really enriched my life has been like a polymath, been really interested into many different diverse areas, working in schools, working in universities, working in my clinic, writing books, playing the guitar, being really interested in poetry, reading a lot, all the diversity that makes your life rich. We never tell students about any of that stuff. We tell them you can be a lawyer, you can be a doctor, you can be a plumber, you can be...
We pigeonhole them to where...
We pigeonhole them. And I wrote an article about it this Thursday in the Examiner about how we destroy because our children, when they come into school, are wired for so much. And it's almost like we short circuit the wiring by making their world so linear. We become reductionist in their, by the way we interact with them. And they all of a sudden they see, well, I can only be this. And that's ridiculous, because we can be so many things.